what can be done once you've enrolled your property in the program. What type of management practices, as far as tree thinning, forest fire mitigation, any type of management procedures to maintain a healthy ecological system there. What can the landowner do to help maintain their property, make sure they're reducing the risk of forest fire, all of those different things when they're enrolled in your program?
Yeah. So we have a few different ways that we allow for that. So the harvest flexibility that both Matt and I referred to is specific to what we call a 10% allowance. We set aside 10% of every landowner's forest stocking specific to climate smart forestry. So every one of those specific practices that were just mentioned for forest health, fuels work, everything to manage and maintain a healthy forest would fall under that umbrella. So anything related to promoting uneven age forest structure, single tree selection, low intensity thinnings, those all would be allowed under that 10% we set aside. And so we're setting that aside, meaning that there's no impact on crediting to the landowner, because we know how important it is to maintain healthy and productive forests. And so that is a really big part of what my team, the natural resources team, is doing and working with and overseeing with our landowners, looking at what are these practices that every landowner would like to manage for, and how will it work within our program. We do have allowances to manage and harvest beyond that 10%, especially for larger landowners as well.
In the event where you mentioned like selective harvesting or tree thinning, would the landowner be able to monetize any timber that they're harvesting from their property up to the 10%? Is that something that your program allows, that they could actually monetize that thinning, whatever board foot they would get off their property?
They are allowed to monetize the thinning or the harvest. Any commercial harvest is required to be Forest Stewardship Council certified. We manage all of that FSC or Forest Stewardship Council certification. We have our own group or certificate. So that is another added bonus, in our opinion, for a landowner. So say if a landowner needed a forest management plan, that's part of the forest certification requirement. We would take care of that for the landowner, but the landowner is certainly able to monetize that timber sale, and that is their land, their trees, as part of conducting that management.